anymore.
Yeah. That's why there's so many of us out here trying to do it on our own and trying to show what's really happening.
We experienced the communism
Yeah.
regime, how they control everything. They control people from control your media. They make you think a certain way, follow their lead.
Yeah.
And if you have a different voice, they kill you, they arrest you, they make you despair. And I really, really worried when I hear the main media in the U.S. cover up the truth.
Yeah.
And this is not good.
Yeah.
Very, very terribly sad. They
Yeah.
should not be acting like a, money direction.
Yeah.
But I would think that their mind, their free speech, and so on, all controlled by the money now.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so dangerous to the United States.
Yeah.
This is not normal election. I have never seen this, and I just feel like this is too dangerous.
Yeah.
This time, if we don't win, we may not have again.
Yeah.
And so when President Trump himself, stand up for this country, for the truth, really against the big corporation. But then they just nail him down all directions, using CIA to send a specialist, either you call it a spy or whatever you call it, and follow President Trump and trap him and impeach him. This is so unfair to our president. This is so unfair for the democracy and the free society of the United States. This is too dangerous. We must all united. It doesn't matter you're Democrat, Republican, or whatever you are. Protect this country's democracy. It's more important than anything. And we have to get rid of the Chinese money out of the U.S. We cannot let their money control our mind, control our thought, control our speech, control this country. And we must be independent. Take down those manufacturers, bring them back, and we shall provide our own jobs. And President Trump exactly did a great thing. And we love him. We must stand up for him.
What do you think was the best thing that Trump has done?
I think President Trump speaks the truth. This is very, very important. And President Trump fight for the communism. And he negotiated and stand up for American people. Not like a previous administration. Just take whatever shit. He doesn't take it. He negotiated with any dictator. Try it. You must do it. And you cannot be coward. And previously, all the presidents, out of all those 20 or 30 years, nobody dared to stand up and say no to the CCP regime. And President Trump is the only one, hero, real American patriot. He can do that. And we must stand behind with him and must support him. He's the best. We must take the truth back.
You're very passionate. I wish we had more Americans like you and then more Americans that are active like you.
I experienced my live or die. I came out from the Tiananmen massacre.
Do you still have family in China that are suffering?
Yeah, they're not allowed to say anything. And then they get threat all the time.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And it's not only my family. Many families. You're not allowed to say. You're not allowed to tell the truth. Even you're in America. This is not should happen like this. This is a free country. But we're here being harassed. We're here being called by the Chinese regime operation. They shut us down. They threatening us in the United States. This is really dangerous. If we don't support President Trump, get rid of the Chinese influence. The CCP regime infiltration will take over our freedom, our democracy. Stand up! We cannot let that happen! Thank you.
How long have you been in this country?
31 years.
31 years.
Right after Tiananmen Massacre, I've been here. I love America so much. This country provides so much freedom, so much valuable things to us. It's either you live or die. You cannot die for not fighting. And we must stand up for what is right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry I brought up those bad emotions.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you're doing. I really value your story.
I'm frustrated with this media. It so much look like a Chinese Communist Party in China. I'm so frustrated.
There's many of us that I think are maybe not as frustrated as you because you went through so many personal things, but our voices aren't heard as much. Our voices aren't listened to as much, and people will listen to your voice and your story.
That is so dangerous when the voice is controlled by one party, whichever party it is. It is so dangerous to this nation. And our democracy will disappear because of a consolidated media. CCP regime have two very, very summed up experience for how to control people. The first one is the media. Control all the media. That's why in China, all the TV, newspaper, magazine, anything you mention about it, controlled by the CCP regime, brainwash you and make you thinking their way. If you are different, they will make you disappear and they will make sure you shut up. And this is what happened in China, and today what is happening in the United States. It's so dangerous. My heart is broken. I couldn't stand those one-sided media anymore. I didn't believe there was a fake news. But now I see it, I experience truth is covered up. This is so horribly sad. This is terrible. The second weapon the CCP regime has is guns. They control media, they control guns and the police. And we cannot let that happen here. We have a constitution, we have a law. We must put law in order. We must protect those people who fighting for us. They give up their lives. They give up everything to this great nation. How would we say cut the police expense? They could be killed for protecting us. That is totally wrong when they say cut the police expense. This is horrible. It never should happen like this. How would we stand up for those thugs burning, robbing on the street? This is horrible. Everything must be in law order. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for saying all that. Thank you.
Thank
We're
you.
glad to have you.